How are you? Well, people, when I think I get to the end of my rabbit hole, there opens another door. And if you've watched my last video about the coronation of King Charles, well, that definitely opened the door. If you have watched that one, you know that I was talking about how really the monarchy of Britain brought down Europe, the monarchs in Europe, the Tsar, and of course the Kaiser, and how they actually wounded this beast out of the sea. And then, of course, it wasn't enough that they brought in the United States into the war so they can win. They did the same thing during the Second World War. Now, people, we need to understand history in order to understand prophecy. If we don't understand history, and I mean not book knowledge, not college knowledge or school knowledge, no, because that is written by the victor, which is really the people that are in charge right now. I'm talking about the true history of what really went on. Now, I just, of course, going into this coronation thing and really reading different things, headlines about people who are actually talking about the coronation. I came across by Jay Dyer something about coronation, the real story of British intelligence and control. So it's not really about the coronation, but it's related to the monarchy and, yeah, the extension of the monarchy, who they were really using to lure the United States into this conflict, into this European conflict. Because again, the Second World War, Hitler could have won if they would have not brought in the United States, because they could not win on their own. So they did all kinds of propaganda in the United States that came from Britain. Okay, who was behind it? You think the king at that time, that was Elizabeth's father, knew what was going on? Of course he knew what was going on. He was not just a passive bystander. Yeah, Churchill kind of coordinated everything, but, and of course these secret shadow government agencies, which already existed during the Second World War, before the Second World War, they organized it. But it's the first time I really saw some really great information, and this Jay Dyer does a great job in giving you a lot of historical background. Now, again, I don't agree with everything that, especially his interpretations with Jay Dyer, but Jay brings facts in that you need to think about, that need to calculate into your knowledge or your toolbox, whatever you want to call it, to understand end times prophecy. It's really interesting how America was used and how Americans' complacency was actually used for them to get America into this war and to take over, really to become this beast out of the earth. Yeah, the beast out of the earth is an empire. So what empire do we have today? It's the United States. This is how all these ideas came into the United States, and the people, because they were so complacent, because they wanted to have a country, they didn't want to have anything to do with the conflict in Europe at first, right? That's why they were complacent. They gave in. And yeah, that's how they became the world empire, and really how they were used. So this, what is it called, Anglo-American kind of thing. In other words, yeah, we knew that we wanted to have nothing to do with England. It was our enemy, and now we're making deals with England again. We're being pulled into their dirty business. Let's put it that way. Dirty business. And yeah, I'm always talking about the Pope and the Jesuits, in being in charge of everything. Well, who are they using? Okay, this is the whole thing. They don't come out and say, "Whoa, we are the Pope. We are, using, these agencies." But who knows? Again, where the rabbit hole goes. This is the whole thing. Where are all these agencies in this pyramid of power? Again, it came up with Klaus Schwab that the World Economic Forum was really founded by Charles, okay, King Charles now, and that they just put Klaus Schwab in there to cover up, of course, their tracks. But people, I want to make this video a little shorter so you can actually watch this 40-minute video by Jay Dyer, Coronation, The Real Story of British Intelligence and Control. And I think it's very important to understand it. Makes a lot of sense to me what they did. First, they supported Hitler, and they supported him just to start a war and get into war with Europe, destroy Europe, the existing structure of Europe. That, of course, was in the interest of the king. So he is going to be the one who is going to, have dominance in Europe again, or period. Doesn't have to worry about the Kaiser or the German people or anybody, Tsar or even the Austrian Kaiser. No, they are now coming out as, we are the dominant monarchy in Europe. And of course, these ideas, monarchy ideas, now Jay Dyer said, they don't want to go back to the traditional monarchy or conservative kind of monarchy. No, they want to create a new structure, but this new structure is built on the same kind of principle, and that is dominance and slavery for the rest. They can talk about socialism. Yeah, socialism for the rest. Everybody has nothing, and who is in charge? It's called monarchy. It's called dominance. So, I don't like people to talk about, socialism, communism. No, it's not communism. Okay? It is either monarchy or fascism. But it's not socialism, true socialism that Karl Marx had in mind, where the masses are really in charge. Just like the United States. No, that's not what they want. They want an elite group to be in charge. That's what they want. This is what Satan wants, because they all bow to Satan anyways. All these groups are Satanists. All these groups are Luciferians. And that's their true God, is Lucifer. So anyways, watch this Jay Dyer. I thought it was kind of really interesting video. And again, I'm coming to an end. See how you can incorporate this information into end times prophecy.